those people have they've established a whole social order over there. Moved in. A lot of them come and go. I'm gonna get back to, I'll get back to recording, mixing, and mastering stuff. I hadn't, it's just not a day until I go through the workman's stuff and then trespass in somebody's driveway in their abandoned chairs. It just doesn't feel like a day to me. You know, one of the things that it's like 110,000 hits on my main site. I think some of the people, or a lot of them who follow me on this vlog site, may not get the fact that my main uploads are uploaded to another site, and then I playlist them over here. There was a lot of different reasons for doing that. What has this guy been up to? I see. But it's getting dark out. But anyway, I do music and on a site. It's the Billy Bob Kickarilla Cash Jr. site. I think some of the people that follow my vlog are unclear on that or something. That's my fault. But I've received, I hope that pilot's getting paid enough to do a good job. I have received literally 40,000 out of 110,000 hits, around 40,000 communications regarding my music, and in the past 9 months since I started marketing the music site, and that's the one that's marketed. This one's really sort of an addendum to that and an adjunct to it. Did somebody move in here or what? Oh, it's all gone. Well, isn't that special? I like the junk, actually. They had a real nice couch here. But, you know, well, at least they left the shelf. That's handy. Place to hang out. Is it leanable? A little bit. It's dark in here. I would have taken that chair from my own place, actually, people. They took it all to the dump. But the thing, I mean, what I've learned is I've gotten 30,000 different opinions on, or 40,000. It's a tremendous amount. And, you know, one of the great things I've learned about this, I mean, when's the last time anybody went through 30 or 40,000? I know the exact number, and it's right in that pocket. When's the last time, ask yourself, have you gone through like 40,000 different opinions and comments and stuff? And it's been real key for me. And the entertainment business is partially putting something out there, and then just letting it go and letting people sort of do with it what they want and understand it how they want to understand it. And how can I say that? It's part of the great thing that's happened is I've learned to do something that I call disregarding the noise. It's like in an electronic circuit, or in a lot of different situations, in physics and all kinds of stuff, graphics, video. There's a signal called noise that's just a useless distraction. Sometimes you can use it, sometimes for good purposes, but you know, I mean, I can pretty much boil stuff down to it's real simple. There's going to be stuff that comes from, and this sounds really new agey, I know, but everything in life can be boiled down to, is two things. It comes from a place of love or a place of fear. Everything I do all day, and a lot of times, you know, I try to come from love, but it's fear and anger and all of that. All the negative stuff can be boiled down to fear. All the good stuff can be boiled down to love. You know, as crazy as new agey as that sounds, but it works for me. A guy taught me that a long time ago, and that was his thing. He's actually a uh, a musician, a cool guy. He plays guitar with Paul McCartney now, and so that's like a respectable gig. But so I mean, he managed to use that to his advantage as an artist, and sort of realizing where you're coming from. But it's been real when you do stuff in that amount of people and opinions and stuff. Like I said, I mean, it's such a neat feeling to learn. At first, it was like out of control. You can't listen to everything I've said in my vlogs. I enjoy being called a genius, although I don't pay attention to it. And it's like, or the other people who have special places they want me to stick certain things. I've learned not to give a damn about either one of those deals. So man, hey, what's happening? But I'll have to look at the video and see if that's a kerchief on that dog, I think I can't see with these glasses. But it's just a really neat thing to learn to sort of separate out, like, what is useless input that's only a distraction, and what is what's helpful, and man, they really are having a social gathering over there. They'll be gone in 6 months, just like everybody else that moves into these places. But I'm only like 7 minutes in. I've already covered my little run. So yeah, I mean, you want to listen to and sort of. I don't disregard stuff out of hand, but there's just so much when you deal with people on this number of people on this level. I mean, some stuff has surprised me. It's surprising, like, pretty much. I realize, like, a low voice, like some women consider that sexy, and I do that kind of for fun, sort of. It's easy to understand, and I have a pretty wicked range, but it gets. Like Axl Rose is not listenable to me. I can go that high, like that, higher, but it's not listenable. So I've been playing around changing the style of songs. But when you have a low voice, he's like, I see him all the time. He's alright. He's a cool guy. Is that he can walk again? He got hurt on a motorcycle, and he was barely walking. Had a big thing on his knee and stuff. But yeah, with these, some stuff, after you do it over and over again, you see certain patterns and in the noise. And the low voice thing has been sort of, it's like a mating call for, like, all these girls in their 20s, and then all these, women of all ages, but especially in their mid-20s to, God only knows what age, my age. But that's just a pattern I'm talking about. It's like, pretty much, it surprised me every time I friend one of these people on Facebook. Then there'll be, when I go on there, and I hate Facebook, I don't use it at all, I hardly ever chat. But when I go on there, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 windows pop up of, like, women wanting to do kind of like hot chat, and but it's the kind of thing where I've learned to sort of disregard that. I've done it a little, that always, it's just kind of disgusting for me with a guy my friend always used to call me, he's got like a big beard and stuff, Chuck, and he'd do the thing on the phone. He's, in Hollywood, he's playing around, he'd go, hey, Eric, baby, how's it going? It's just disgusting. So, but some women find the low voice thing sexy, but yeah, the point was, looking at a guy like me thinking about sexy chat just doesn't cut it for me. But I don't find it sexy. But stuff like that, there's just so much stuff there. I guess I can boil it down to this. All of the input I get is either going to be considered, I guess it's all helpful, but I've learned not to. I mean, it's helpful to get input, but I've also learned to pay no attention at all in an emotional way and not get emotional about stuff. This is really a business, and for the first time I can see now with the products I'm doing, I'm developing a brand. It was going to be a 2-year thing. Now it's a for the rest of my life thing. I'm just making the great recordings of these songs, hopefully great versions, and just putting them out there, building a brand so that in the next few months when I start releasing something, whether it be an original or a cover tune, and offering it for sale, I've already built a brand, and that could take years. That's okay, but there's been a lot of sort of women, and boy, they come on strong sometimes, but I mean, I'm pretty good at filtering out that noise, because for me, everything that comes by my is communicated to me is going to be helpful or not helpful, and it's going to come from a place of love and support and understanding, or it's not, and it's with doing all of this, it's like if you learn a new language, different parts of your brain are like your memory is activated. That's why I started learning a couple of languages years ago. So doing this has activated different parts of my brain, and the point is, it's changed me a lot as a person. I realize now my entire life, relationships that I just jumped into were just a ridiculous waste of time. It's hard. I didn't have a single wife or girlfriend that supported my music. I mean, a good story on that, I met a girl in a bar one night. I ended up marrying her, but I didn't move in with her, but she said, bring your stuff over and stay, and we'll be together, kind of a thing. And so, that entailed for me when I was a kid, like in my late teens, sitting noodling on a guitar, an electric guitar, not plugged in, on a couch, real quietly watching TV. So she put up with that for about, the first 2-3 days. About the 4th day, she said, that's really annoying when I'm trying to watch TV. And at that moment I knew, oh, you don't get, I understand it's annoying, but you don't also get the countless hours involved in this, and the sacrifices. So, needless to say, that didn't last long. And it's the kind of thing where I've gotten involved in a lot of those things in my life, and that's one of the problems with being married and an artist and a musician, or having a girlfriend, is that you sort of make an agreement when you get married that, yes, I am going to take time to celebrate, love, honor, and respect this relationship that I have with you. That's part of the agreement. So, for me, I found myself, it would have been better, what I'm saying is, to be with somebody who understood the hours of sacrifice that it takes. I found myself sitting on a couch a lot, watching TV, loving, honoring, and respecting and celebrating this relationship that eventually folded, and because our motives and our objectives were different, and it would have been better for me to be with a woman who had the big picture and said, you haven't been in the studio today. You need to get out there and turn something out that's wonderful, and you have an unlimited amount of time to do so, because we're going to be together forever. So, I mean, here's the thing on all of this, is that it's pretty safe to assume, and this is okay, but it's pretty safe to assume that whatever woman I come across, and I'm not interested at all, haven't been really much in communication with anybody, I'm just not, it's not where my head's at. I've made so many mistakes on that level that wasted years, but you can safely assume when you're an artist doing art that everyone who comes around you, their motives and their objective is not the same as yours, and that's okay. So what it kind of requires is a certain amount of I just felt like delving into relationship stuff because it's been such a stupid, just not well thought out stumbling block, and it is with everybody. I mean, it can be. I don't know how anybody is an artist and manages to stay married. But you can safely assume, and I can safely assume, that anyone that gets in touch with me does not have, and that's, I like it that way. It's a shared thing, that their goal and their objective is not the same as mine. Their goal and objective is to not make songs and put their life's work on the internet and finally sort of bring their life to a meaningful culmination. They could really care less about that, and even if they do, they'll probably impede it in some way, not intentionally, sometimes intentionally, but part of the sacrifice involved with this kind of thing, this is lasting work that'll last forever. Me hooking up with some chick and meeting her to, in a hotel room or something is not a lasting work that everybody can, well, right, unless I brought myself a video camera. And even then, it was kind of a seedy and lasting work. But my point is that everybody has their own motives. I don't even try to guess at them. I just say, this is helpful, or this is not, this is a distraction, or this is not, and kind of go, basically, I've said it before, disregard the noise, and I can just kind of say, here's me focused doing what I'm doing. Anything that's not helpful or distraction, it's just, here's me doing what I'm doing. Here's a bunch of bullshit over here. Push that to the side, but keep that laser focus, because a lot of people come around. It's been the women I'm talking. The guys have given me almost no trouble on in this project. Several women have guys post, "Fuck you, you're a you loser, you should commit suicide." Okay, fine. That's easy to understand, but the women are trickier. They've given me a lot more trouble, and I haven't indulged hardly, maybe one or two, a little bit. In every time it's been a drag. So it just reminded me of how hard it is to be an artist, and that it's really helpful to realize you're not going to have that side of yourself while you're on a project like this. And it's just not feasible with me. I mean, I was talking to somebody last night, and I'll close the damn vlog. Satan presents himself as an angel of light, people. But I was telling somebody last night I should name the album, because I get all these like weird proposals from women. It's this craziness, and it's nothing but nature. The low voice attracts the female who wants to mate with the strongest member of the tribe because he has a low voice. It's all that sort of genetic crap. But I was telling somebody last night, I was like, look, I'm an old guy living in an RV on a mission that's broke, So I said I should name the album, Billy Bob Kickarilla Cash Jr., Aim Higher, Bitch, the album. Because I've told several of them, aim higher, and I didn't throw the bitch part in there, but anyway, aim higher, bitch. Because romantic notions don't pay the bills, and love has never paid my bills, and that's just a fact of life. And me coming from a place of emotion and stupidity my whole life has done nothing but end me up right here, So I think it takes a balance to be able to, man, it's a beehive over here, and all of these people will not be here in 6 months. But it's hard to balance intellect and reason, intelligence and sort of common sense. And most stuff, another thing I've really learned in this, most stuff just common sense. The way physics works, the way God works, it's just common sense. It has to, or it wouldn't work. It's just common sense stuff, But it's really hard to balance and get a grip on your emotions, and, be a reasonable creature. Perhaps, friends, this is the struggle that we all, the balance we all hope to achieve. I like that, though. Satan appears as an angel of light, friends. But that's just one of them deals, But the bottom line for me is, and anybody who's doing art, I don't, first, my hat's off to you if you're married and remain that way for a while, but also, to keep that laser focus, and just everything else around you is going to be just meaningless noise when you have a clear-cut focus and goal. So I'll get back to recording, mixing, and mastering in the next vlog probably. I've been planning on that. But people, that is a neat shot there. If I could just get it perfectly about right there. Suburban hell. People, poltergeist ending. People, this vlog is clear.